Greetings, welcome to Black Bear News live stream. Sorry, I was a whole hour late. Circumstances just spun way out of control, but that's kind of what happens when you have a few people dependent on you in your household, and things come up. We also have like major plumbing work going on in our house, and so pretty much everything was all over the place. We didn't even have running water all day, so that created like a certain amount of problems, et cetera, et cetera. These are all really good excuses. I hope you understand. Let's see, I'm trying to get to the live chat area. If anybody's there, 13 watching now, okay. Good to know. I can't see anything. Where's the chat? Hello. Who's there? I've got 13 watching and 3 thumbs up. And I don't see any. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, took a little while. I don't know. Things are moving a little bit slow today. Hey, Osama, what's up? Phosphorus, what's up? Thanks. Or the Anarchist, hello. Start the parade. Tinkerbell, hello. Gazar. Yeah. What's up, good people? Good to see y'all. Thanks for hanging in there with me and being flexible with my delay. I don't know. I am overrun. I'm overrun. Is that how you say it if you were Scottish? I'm not sure. I'm overrun by things to talk about. To the point where my brain is just, so full that it's empty. Does anybody ever have that problem? Anybody? I'm trying to get back to my live stream. Right on. So welcome all and sundry, all the crew. 19 watching now, so we got a few. Yes. Brain fluff is exactly, it's a good description. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Earth Anarchist, thank you. I'm doing fine. It just was a wild day. And the way I can put it, things went off the rails. And I was live, and at 5 o'clock I was in my house doing other important, actually too important for me not to do. So a few things we could talk about if you are of the mind, or we can just talk about whatever you want to talk about. So there's a newer post from Arctic News from February 10th about CO2 levels at a record high. And so someone sent me a link to Null School the other day, and there were, now all the comments are coming in. Somebody sent me a link to Null School the other day, and there were like super high levels in the Northern Atlantic, and I actually saw something like 466 parts per million CO2 over Michigan. This was like 3 days ago. Yeah, and so the Northern Hemisphere, a lot of the Northern Hemisphere was like above 430 even. Lecithin. Where do I get this lecithin? Or is it, what is it? Is it something in plants? Is it something I need to get over the counter? Is it something that needs to be beaten into me? Where do I find it? Green Planta. Hola. So everybody is that what it is? Everybody burning their fuels? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. All right, Yori Glugs. I don't know how to pronounce that. Wunderwald. You're in Bavaria. Cold and windy out here, and very late. I'm sure it's very late. Geez, what are you, like 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning now? Lecithin from a health store. Okay. Lecithin is a filler, thickener. Thickener of what? Oh, raisins. Usual suspect. Would you find it in tofu, say, or is it just something totally different? Is it something specific, or is it like something like extra or added? Sunflower lecithin is the best. Okay. Yuri, I'll have to live vicariously through you since I don't drink. But if you want to open a beer, go for it. It's brain food. Okay. Namaste, Basil. Greetings, salutations. So Arctic News has been, pretty solidly on the near-term human extinction timeline. And so, yeah, they just came out with another CO2 levels at a record high, 414 parts per million on February 9th. And as I was saying the other day on Null School, it's a lot higher than that in a lot of places. So that's just, we can take that as kind of an average, a median, if you will, which is not the same as an average, I know, but so some places much higher than 414 parts per million. And what was Arctic News saying the other day about if we were at 5C, we would be at, I don't know how many parts per million. It was still in the 400s, I believe, 460 or something. I don't know, 480. Am I wrong? Is this thing on? Osama, I use it in my sauces. Saucy. How long do hard-boiled eggs last in the fridge? Hey, Harley, Canine, how you doing? I'll just call you Yuri. Yuri, yes. Just call me for dinner, Yuri. You guys. The jokes. These are just jokes. 414 parts per million, nice hot house, earth, guaranteed. Well, maybe I can actually high phosphate. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Phosphatidylcholine? I don't know. Thanks, Jay LeBlanc. You know how sometimes you feel like a room is super stuffy and you have to open a window? That's CO2 levels around 800 to 1,000 parts per million. We'd start to feel drowsy at 2,000 parts per million. 5,000 is get out now, ring-tailed fox. Valhalla says, I've given up all hope for the Democrats. Forrest Gump, Washington, 2016. Oh, sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Yep. Yeah.
To do the main service.
Yeah, it's fine. Is there a way you can put it outside of the gate? Because if I let the dog out, she's gonna chew like everything. So,
got it.
yeah.
So right on the side.
Yeah, yeah. If you put it outside of the gate, yeah, because otherwise she'll get it. She'll get it.
They might take it because it's copper.
Oh.
And they
Do you want to put it in the rush?
recycling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be out of your way.
Yep.
It would be better to set it on this side.
Either anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I disappeared for a second. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Was Dar Jamail on the Turks? Is that what happened, guys? Yeah, that's kind of what it was, Harley. I'm back. Give me a second, though. Yeah. Tinkerbell, you got booted from what? From the live stream or something else? You guys good?
Yes.
I'm going to close this. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. See ya. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry about that.
Snow hard, so it might be your end. Okay. So we have plumbers here all day, and they were like, we have to put this stuff somewhere so we can leave, and so I had to let them. I'm gonna take one more break. Be right back. Nope. All right. Okay, we can actually proceed. Thank you. You have a good point. Thank you so much. Please say hi to my hubby, Barrett. Hello, Barrett. I watch you every night. You're the last thing I watch before sleeping. Thank you. You have a good point. I appreciate you. All right, so I'm back. I'm back in the saddle, guys. Sorry. And what's going on? You guys are just, have you guys gone straight to the jokes? So also I have the dog like back in this little yard, totally actually large enough for a large dog to run around, but she thinks she's being, tortured. So I had to let her out, and now she's fine. Magical thinking Barbie, question marks. Hola. You think summer, Val? I don't know, man. I've got a bad feeling about 2019, and I've had it for pretty solidly for the last couple of weeks. Like, just, fearing, just having a feeling of imminent doom, and I didn't really feel that before, and now, I don't know. I don't have great thoughts about this year, but as I said before, I would like to make it through the year with normalcy, because I'd like to do some things this year. I would like to have a good time and be creative and put some records out and put some music out. That's what I would like to do, but if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be surprised. We got lots of people. 46 watching now. Hola, compas. Gazar, you feel it simmering. Yes, I do. Is an unseasonal snow apocalypse here in the inland Northwest. The dude. The music does help with bad news. And actually, you know, as the days go on, I feel like just playing more music. And so I'm trying to find all the time that I can to do that. Less work, more music. But I mean, I actually play music for a living, so it's kind of like work for me, but it's work that I have not been doing as much as a day grind lately. So I'm trying not to do that. The dude says January was creepy, still and warm and dry. Yeah, and then, you know, with the news of the insects apocalypse upon us, I think that's the worst harbinger right now. David Cardell, you play bass and harmonica. Awesome. I play guitar and pretty well, and I play everything else kind of badly, except for bass. I play pretty good. Zombie Vampires, I've been playing as often as possible. It's a good release. Osama, thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I have plans to put out like 3 records this year. And I'm trying to record the first one in about 3 weeks. So like trying to maybe put that record out at the end of March and then have another one out possibly in the summertime and then probably another one out at the end of the year. So, you know, I'm trying to make 2019, I'm trying to go out with a bang. 2019, lots and lots of music. Yeah, speaking of insect the apocalypse, there's a newer story in The Guardian about the plummeting insect numbers threaten collapse of nature. This is from yesterday. Insects could vanish within a century at the current rate of decline. Within a century, I'd say within a decade, because, you know, we're talking about a 90% decline of insects in 30 years. So, I mean, what is that timeline? The timeline does not say end of the century to me on any level. Harley Canine, I recorded a song with my band last year. Bucket list item, check. Insects, what insects? And he left. I don't see many. And I'm wondering what the birds are eating, because there's a lot of birds here, but there's not a lot of insects. So they're eating whatever else birds eat. But certainly not insects. Going out with a bang is how people with a choice still go when the time comes. The ad to join the live stream told me of a rich white guy from the States who was coming here this month. Make Costa Rica even more beautiful. Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, Lord. Are you in Costa Rica? That's awesome. I have a good friend that lives in Costa Rica. And I have always wanted to go to Costa Rica. And I would still love to go to Costa Rica, even though, you know, I'm not making a lot of like really hardcore plans to travel. It's like, if it happens, if it falls in my lap, if somebody gives me a ticket, if I get a gig, I'll travel. But I'm not like, ooh, I must do this. I don't know. But Costa Rica, I hear, is quite beautiful. Stephen K says, I bet Guy McPherson is more right than wrong. Not sure about his timeline. I'm going to say Guy McPherson is, you know, almost all the scientists seem to be moving more towards Guy McPherson and not away from Guy McPherson. So whether, you know, timelines or not, whether his timelines have been right or wrong, his message has become more true and more profound as the years have gone on. It's actually, his message has aged quite well, because here we are, everything kind of fallen to shit. And I think it's a little weird for people to still be like, Guy McPherson's, he's out there, when everybody else is like, well, here we go, guys. GM steals data from other scientists. Yeah, no, he not steal. He actually, he collates or collects data. Like he aggregates data. He just takes data that's already out there and says, here it is. Here's what all this is saying. Basically, what we're doing, or what I'm doing, is, you know, I'm reading all these articles, like, look at all this stuff. You know, the DHA and EPA we need are best. Oh, you're still talking about good things for the body. The graph showing the decline, just extend it, and it's going to hit zero soon. That's from David Cardill. Yeah, I mean, insect decline and while, you know, species decline, we have polar bears running amok in the Arctic. And the thing that makes me wonder about the birds and all other wild animals in my area, and there are quite a few, is like, what are they eating? And when do they start coming for us, or what we have, you know? When do they kind of just, you know, make a run at our food stores or whatever it is else? They're not letting me say anything else about GM. YouTube can sense my disdain. What are they? What's happening, Earth Anarchist? I'm wondering if, I don't have it on Top Chat. I have it on Live Chat. Or the other way around. Here we go. Kevin, I live up in the cloud forest of Costa Rica. Since I was in my early 20s, I would love to introduce you to this unique and special place. Thank you. I would love to come. I don't know when that would be, but maybe someday soon. It's going to have to be soon, I think. Zoxalix, damn Russian bears. Earth Anarchist, they won't let me comment on him anymore. That is so interesting. So what? They won't let your chat go through? I've heard about this happening on other channels. Basil Peterson, thank you very, very much, sir. Major snowstorms hitting the Finger Lakes, New York tonight, ending with a lovely coating of ice. Yeah, snowstorms, again, all over the place. I hear they're hitting the Midwest. Also, the Northwest is getting some kind of blizzard action. Yeah, so I've heard from other channels that they block keywords or certain words from the chat. There's some good old time real-time censorship for you, making everybody feel good and safe. You know, we don't want to talk about anything too scary, guys. What about the pyramids? Humanity never solved that shit. They did not. Mr. Swap Meet 1, thank you. Irk1 says, feed the bears. All food tossed outside. Feed them. Feed them. Tinkerbell, guy needs to take the yellow pill. The yellow pill. Linda Lannon, have you noticed the lack of crickets? I never hear them anymore in Florida. Really interesting. I still hear them here, although it's too cold for crickets right now. I know. Which pill is the yellow pill? I'm not sure what that does to you. Anybody know about the yellow pill? Please explain. Please advise. Phosphorus for the last 3 years, almost none here, even in southern Ontario. Human says even the dog food is poisonous. Oh, yellow vest pill. Yeah. Okay, I thought that's what you were talking about. Take the yellow pill. All right. I like that as a third rail to the red and the blue. The yellow pill. Harley Canine, fireflies are going away too. You know what, man? I noticed that. So I travel to the East Coast pretty often, the DC area. And the first time I went to DC was the first time I ever saw a firefly. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, this was maybe 10 or 12 years ago. I'd never seen a firefly in my life. And they were everywhere. And I was like, I was amazed, and I was in love with going there because I would love to see the fireflies in the summer. And I noticed the last summer that I was there that there were like 1 or 2 fireflies the entire time I was there in the summertime. That's all I saw. you know, as opposed to hundreds and hundreds. And that's when I knew like things weren't the same. Things weren't right. Earth Anarchist, anyway, glad you guys think I'm cool despite not liking your favorite Doom celeb. Gene says, actually, I would love to introduce everyone in this chat to the Cloud Forest. Let's all go to the Cloud Forest, guys. I think we should meet you at the Cloud Forest, because seriously, that sounds amazing. Excuse me. Harley Canine, you have one or two here too. Yeah, so almost everywhere, lack of insects. CB Unglesby, still no snow in Western Virginia, just rain, rain, rain. Mr. Swap Meet One, I found my community. Yes, sir. Welcome. Osama road trip. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Linda Landon, do you food storage and prep? I'll tell you what, Linda Landon, it's something that I've been slowly working on for a little while, but not very well. And all of a sudden it just kicked into high gear that we're actually going to start doing some major food prep, storage and prep, like in the next week or two. We're going to get all our shit together. It's going to happen because really it's only been like lists of things and like, okay, we need to get this. We have some water stored, but nothing like serious. And every time I try to store something, like my life has been in turmoil for the last 3 years. So every time I start to get stores together, like I have to move or I have to leave or just everything is topsy-turvy in my life. And I'd rather not have it be topsy-turvy, but usually that's out of my control. Anyone grow their own food, butcher their own meat? I do not butcher my own meat, but I do try to grow my own food. Osama's a bit of a gardener. I know plenty of people on this channel grow their own food. Basil, I think, does. Lots of farmers here. Zoxalix, white rice stores way longer. Yeah. Rice and beans is going to be my go-to. Mixing in some salt will keep it dry. Thank you, Zoxalix. Rudel Vedno, we have lots of brown bears around. Government just wants to shoot 200. Does anyone want a big brown pet? I'll take one. I have a kind of medium to large size dog, and this dog is out of control. I don't even know what I would do with a bear. I mean, my dog has the energy of a bear. White rice has arsenic from the ground residue, says Human. Harley Canine, you should move out of California ASAP. You're probably right, but where's the safe place to go? Because every time you start talking about a safe place to go, everywhere else looks just as terrible. Or the Anarchist, Kevin grows nice tomatoes. Yeah, I just had my first little batch of tomatoes, winter tomatoes, and growing some more. It's just been raining and raining and raining and raining here. And then we have like 3 or 4 more days of rain this week. So I'm trying to get some things prepared to grow, but I can't plant anything right now because it's just a mess. So after the rain stops, I'm going to be, yeah, Osama, my garden had a hard time with all the rain last year. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of like I grew some things in the last couple months, and then Earth Anarchist, I grow veggies, Kevin, but it's actually called horticulture when you cultivate by hand. I guess that's what I'm doing. And Human, when the roaming gang storm your house, will you kill them all? With what? I don't know. I got some big stones. I got some big pipes, pieces of wood. I don't have any. I probably shouldn't be announcing this to the world, but I don't have any weapons. That may change, though. That may change, but I really, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be the dude that's holed up in his house trying to. I don't know. My basic plan is like, okay, have some stores. If things go south and it just gets a little rocky, and maybe you can't go to the store to get food, or maybe the power goes out, or maybe the water goes out, but it's not quite full blown Mad Max, and people can hole up in their house and kind of eke by, just to have some food on hand for that. But otherwise, I'm gonna have a bug out bag and I'm gonna leave. I'm not hanging out. My ultimate plan is like escape from California or escape from Los Angeles. So that's really the ultimate prepper plan for me, is like, how do I get out of here? How do I mark the time? How do I know the moment when it's like, okay, shit hasn't hit the fan yet, but it's about to, and now's a good time to get out. So that's probably my top plan. My secondary plan is like, have some rice and beans just in case you get stuck here and you got to figure out how to like eat and drink water for a couple days. Trish Kaiser, Jim Bendel, deep adaptation. He predicts full collapse of everything within 10 years. Guess how many other people are predicting that? The growing crowd. I mean, every single day I'm seeing like articles in Business Insider and articles in Forbes and articles in the New York Times, people talking about, well, sorry guys, looking like, you know, but it's still not mainstream. Still people are like, what are you talking about? You mean what? You know, like, just people are really resistant to like accepting this and like living as if this is real. You know, people are really just like, let's just be normal. We must be normal at all cost. What's about beefaroni? Okay, I'm going to go back and look at some of these. Send Kevin a M4 carbine and Ithaca Model 37 Deerslayer, and he's golden. Thanks, man. You have to send me some instruction manuals for that too. I mean, I probably figure it out, I'm sure. Magical Thinking Barbie says invest in a wood stove. Solid advice. I agree. So yeah, so we have how many dead cows? So I see that people are talking about dead cows. How many? 500,000 head of cattle died or were euthanized in Australia in the last couple of days. Yeah, I saw it go up from 100,000 to 300,000. So it's 500,000. That's incredible. So Australia is like falling apart, and I'm sure that everybody in the cities is like, "What are we going to the beach today? Shopping? Anyone?" Let's see. Osama put a link. Osama, dropping links in the chats. Where to go? We got seeds. Oh yes. Sugar Rush peach hot pepper. Shit hasn't just hit the fan. The fan is already covered in shit. The shit is hitting the shit. Is that a Guy McPherson quote? Okay. Sounds like some nice plans you're having for your weekend. Yeah. They didn't see any live kangaroos out on patrols. Prepper Nurse 1, he has great information about prepping. Thank you, Linda Lannon. Trish Kaiser. I want to be on a fly on a wall just for pretty much everyone I know. Because almost everyone I know is going to be like, what? Huh? What's happening? Like, seriously, people are in full on straight up denial. And I'm talking about like liberals, lefties that I know. Not a lot of like the full on doomers in my immediate friend circle. Most people are like, I see something over here on the horizon and I'm not going to look. And if I actually try to get them into a deeper conversation about it, they're like, anyways, moving on. Human says the fracking business is growing here by leaps and bounds. Oh, yes. Trish Kaiser says, I can accept my own demise, but my kids, that's another matter. Yeah, I can't even get into that. And so I don't really even try to think about their demise. I think about right now. I live in a little bit of a fantasy land, but I know that it's fantasy, and so as far as my kids go, like wishing them a bright and happy future, I act as if that's still happening because there's nothing else for me to do. But when the time comes, when things really go south and heavy conversations, Magical Thinking Barbie says, don't. I'm not sure what you're saying that to me. Ringtailed Fox says, lately I feel like the Democratic Party in the USA is trying to lose or throw elections to help get Republicans into office, even by pushing out their own popular members. Man, you know what? And I think that almost every day, and I've talked about this on this channel like a few months ago, because the first time I started talking about Trump or politics, people really lost their mind. But I've been talking about politics a little more lately, and to have leveled out. People have accepted that politics is something that happens in life, and we can talk about it. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like Trump is absolutely here on purpose. Everybody talks. Everybody acts like, oh my God, how did he get here? How did this happen? This is all a plan, man. If you think about it, because the whole Russian scare is a really logical excuse to censor everybody, right? You make it seem like any alternative thought is coming from outside of the country, or somebody is meddling, or somebody is manipulating you, and you make that the excuse, and then you have an excuse to censor everybody. And Trump is the big, bad, scary, ugly demon, and the reason for doing that, and he's perfect foil for it, right? So it's like kind of like the perfect evil plan. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. Deb Van Poelen says, I think a good bit about how I have had a good life and try to prepare myself for gracefully accepting death by starvation in due time. Trump's literally the pinnacle of the Republican Party. Yeah, yes, he was literally hired by the billionaires, multimillionaires who are backing the GOP. It's the ALEC organization of legislators. But the thing is, James Michael Campbell, that's who made that comment. The thing is that the liberal Democrats, the corporate Democrats, kind of all want the same thing. They all want the military industrial complex to, keep riding tough over, the land, and they don't want to give anybody health care, and they don't care if people, lose their jobs, or if social services get cut, or they just, I don't know. They're kind of like meekly like, oh, please don't do that, Trump. Oh, we hate you, but oh yeah. Trish Kaiser, what are people doing with their 401k money? What a fucking job that turned out to be. I mean, if you're lucky to have some 401k money, I'd say, I don't know, you could either prep with it, or you could just go have a really good time with it. I don't know. You can buy some silver. I don't know. The whole prepper thing is like, buy a bunch of silver, get a bunch of food, plant a garden, get some guns. Joke. I don't know. Deb Emple, and yes, Kevin, you know, you often speak the hard truth. I invested in some cryptocurrencies last year, and I actually ended up making a really good return on it. But then I ended up spending it on a divorce lawyer. Wah, wah, wah. Human, dump the dollar. CB Unglesby, a new house and enjoying life. Sleepy snooze. Howdy doos. Valhalla, I'm going to Disney World. Oh, yeah. Linda Lannon says people will kill for the last can of tuna to feed their kids. You can't eat silver. Yeah, Harley Canine, silver will be just as worthless as cash money. Water, food, guns, ammo will be the currencies of the future. If you watch the movie The Road, and I think everybody has seen The Road, remember when he found the can of coins and he looked at it like, what am I going to do with this? Worthless. But, you know, it's fun for people with money to have all these coins. Look at all these coins I have. I don't know. All the food and all the preparation will not help in the end. Bill Franks. Joey Crikey, I do not have any hope. I think that is called being a doomer. Indeed. Somebody just sent me a Business Insider article which said basically the title is "There are 3 kinds of doomers. Which one are you?" I was like, this is a Business Insider article. We're talking about doomers. So, doomer goes mainstream, guys. Just about. We're almost there. This summer, doomers go mainstream. Irk 1, I feel hope maybe once every few months. Deacon G, 1959, Harley Canine, silver and gold are wealth stores. If you're spending them on anything other than dire straits, you're boned. I should know. What's funny though is silver and gold are so manipulated right now. Silver's been at $15 for 3 years, which doesn't make any sense on any level. Actually, more than 3 years. If the market weren't manipulated, silver should be at $100 right now, or at least over 50. But whatever, it's just not real. But if you had a bunch of silver and all of a sudden it went up to $200 an ounce, then I guess for a little while you'd be doing really well. But then again, what is if a gallon of water is $200, then who cares? Les théories de l'effondrement. I don't know what that means. Something, theories of something. Translate Yuri, s'il vous plaît. It drops silver to keep the gold stable. Well, yeah. Well, and also the ETF market seems to be totally manipulated, so that actually keeps the price of silver low. $71 watching. So let's look at this article real quick. 3 types of doomers from Business Insider. I may read this for real, but it's really short. It says the 3 types of doomers are: 1, those who believe humanity is doomed to extinction or near extinction no matter what we do at this point in time. 2, those who believe humanity is probably doomed to extinction or near extinction, but there is a slim chance we can avoid such a fate if the appropriate measures are taken and all the stars align in the right places. 3, those who have faith that significant portions of humanity will make it through its numerous trials in the near future, difficult and painful as they may turn out to be. Okay, guys, which one are you? 1, 2, or 3? Anybody? James Michael Campbell says, you guys are living the road. Think green, desert. Trish Kaiser, very slim chance. Yeah. I think I'm probably a 2 myself. Yep. Deacon, that's right. Paper game. The paper gold and silver game keeps the actual metals down. And the price of actually mining silver and gold are really high. So there's no profit margin on $15 an ounce silver. The other reason why they keep silver low is because silver is used for electronics. And if you had $100 silver prices, then electronics would not be affordable anymore because it would be impossible. So I think they manipulate the silver price just for that. 2 wannabe. 1 here, phosphorus. Ring-tailed fox, I used to be 2. Wolf Jander, 2 here. Magical thinking Barbie, 1 on bad days, 2 on good days. Yeah, I'm right there. Deacon, I bounce between 1 and 2. So nobody's a 3. That's fine. That's fine. It's probably nobody's like, yeah, we can do it. We preppers, Harley Canine, we preppers could live a long time. If not for the 400 plus nuclear power plants melting down, that's going to be a problem. The dude, when you read type 1, I say ding, ding, ding out loud at work. Right on. Tinkerbell, ladies, Val is lying. He's a 10. Ring-tailed fox, mostly plating for contacts and traces. Yeah, but it's also used. It's used in like a lot of nascent technology, or I don't know. It has a lot of uses for things that are being developed right now. Gold is used in electronics too, though not near to the level of silver. James Michael Campbell says no doomers think about the fact that it is the equatorial belt expansion. Literally, it's basically a greenhouse effect taking back the sand. Human, your president is speaking now in El Paso. Yeah, whatever. It's just such a play. It's just such theater. It's just a dog and pony show. I'm so tired of it. All of it is actually squeezing out people talking. I mean, I don't know. They're doing their best to squeeze out people talking about real issues. But I'm glad if they're even talking about the Green New Deal, even if they're just totally bashing it. At least they're talking about it. Ham radio, yes. I have a huge ham radio antenna right outside of my garage. I'm thinking about hooking it up. Valhalla 5-6 says, I've given up on women and I plan on getting a next-gen sex robot. Phosphorus says the AOC kind. Oh, yeah, guys. Yeah. Human says, where does the heroin go? There must be tons in storage. Natural progressive. Hello. Okay, guys. Harley Canine, I just want to thank you for being you and especially for being live. It's so hard to just go along with normal life anymore. It is, man, because it's, everything seems like a farce. What sucks is that I spend a lot of my days feeling like I'm not doing, like feeling less than in the regular world of, competition and making money and being somebody and all that, whatever all that stuff is, right? Like a lot of times I feel so bad about that. And usually it's like, in the middle of the night when my brain is just running, the hamster wheel. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, and then I realize, oh, none of that means anything. But then I get even more sad because, yeah. Irk 1, society needs a massive collective mushroom trip. Wipe the slate clean and reprogram. Not such a bad idea, honestly. If we're talking about solutions, like just slip some mushrooms in the drinking water. Jeffrey Colon, so, I hope that I'm pronouncing that right, or Calon. You would think channels like this would have more views, but apparently most humans are delusional or stupid. We're well aware. Yeah, apparently. Basil Peterson, I grow poppies every year and make a pain tincture with them. Been used for thousands of years. Poppies. Mr. Schwab, meet one. I think psychedelics are the only thing that works fast enough for global change. And it's fun. So hey, there you go. Let's all, get back on the mushroom trip. Let's bring psychedelics back. Let's make it a thing again. Deb Van Poolen, yes on the mushrooms for all. Valhalla, I'm for magic mushrooms. Deb Van Poolen, mushrooms of all types. Mr. Swap Meet One, I call it re-indigenized psychedelic neo-pagan futurism. Yuri, roll it up, light it up, smoke it up. Joey, crikey, I would like to try some mushrooms my brain could do with a reboot. Gene, here we can just lick a toad. Rolf Jander, LSD, please. It's actually been about, maybe 25 years or so since I've actually done any kind of psychedelics. I don't know. I'm kind of in a constant psychedelic trip already, but why not? Sure. If everybody else is going down that road. Osama, I want ketamine. Hey now. Get on the cat. I did ketamine once, and it was it's one of those times. Geza One or Jezza One, hanging mad Val. I'm back in Black Bear Zone, escaping from 40C heat down under. Rolf Jander, me too, 20, 30 years. Yeah. I took enough to kind of like be permanently kind of high. I'm sorry to admit that, but that's kind of what it is these days. Joey Crikey, does anyone do meditation or mindfulness here? Been listening to Sam Harris and been thinking it lately. I'm sure quite a few are on the meditation destination. I do some meditation. I do some yoga. I do some general kind of keeping myself in balance. Human life is meditation. Osama, I'm a meditator at least several times a week. Mr. Swapmeet, I meditate, yoga, tai chi, the whole hippie deal. Harley Canine, cocaine. I don't like being fucked up. Coke just makes you feel good. Yeah. That's actually why I drink coffee, because I make really strong coffee, and if you drink strong enough coffee, it kind of feels like cocaine. Just one, hey, I'm into Iboga daily. Grows muscles back post 50 years old. What is Iboga? What is that? Explain, please. Basil, sometimes I sit and think, sometimes I just sit. That is meditation. Morocco's solar farm? Nope, I haven't. Adam Thomas, what's up? I don't know anything about Morocco's solar farm. Do you know about it? Can you enlighten us? The dude says meditation works better than mushrooms. Freaking lot of work, though. Bill Franks, out of body meditation started at 4 years old. Jenny Malloy, Terrace McKenna saw this coming. Indeed. I think a few people saw this coming. I'm kind of there with you, Gene. I have zero interest in drugs. Now I don't. I have none. Yeah, totally, Joey. I don't know. Earth anarchist. I have no. Iboga root. Bwiti tribe in Africa. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know anything about that. Osama says I got out of body once and freaked out and slammed back in. Ralph Jander says Morocco is one of 2 countries meeting their Paris Accord obligations. One of 2 countries. Had to think about that. Had to let that sit for a second. We're screwed. Or not. I don't know. I mean, you know, Germany's phasing out all their nuclear reactors. So if we can get everybody to agree to that, we might, maybe, perhaps, miraculously, might. Iboga has been used for okay. Human, I'm down with that. Best book is a blank journal. Deb Van Poolen, I get high in nature. It's mind blowing. Yeah, I went up to see some snow today. We had actually snow in some lower elevations in Southern California. So I drove up the mountain with my daughter and my dog, and we went. And she was like, we got out of the car, and she got out of the car, and she was like, it's really quiet. It's really quiet up here. Like quiet, like you never experience in the city. Glad that she got to experience that for at least a few minutes. Ring-tailed fox, it still takes 30 to 50 years to safely and properly decommission a nuclear plant without risking any radioactive meltdowns. True. They're actually still decommissioning a plant in Southern California, and they have the rods stored, you know, near the plant, and they're like, what do we do with these? You know, and it's a huge problem. But if we just started, the thing is we haven't started yet. If we just started taking down all the nuclear plants, if we would just start doing that, that would be great, even though we probably don't have the window to do it. But if we don't start doing it, we don't have a window. Maybe, perhaps, poof, nope, Marsha W. Joey Crikey, keep smoking that hopium. You know, I don't smoke it, man. I shoot it. Adam Thomas, Morocco solar plan costs $9 billion. Irk One, how to connect with the CFM. Trish Kaiser, my daughter is 5. And I have a 17-year-old son as well. They are building new nuke plants right now, Bill Franks. Yeah, I know. Osama, yeah, well, I can't show you my dog right now because she's outside the door, and she's really, really hyper, and she's hyped up today. She's on 11 today. But maybe in the next video, I'll show you my dog. She's pretty cute. But she is on 11. She's on 11, like all the time. Never stops being on 11. Because she's like a year old. She's a puppy still. Does my son get it? My son knows about climate change. He's quite aware of it. He's done like school reports on climate change. Does he know the actual real reality of climate change? I don't know. And I really don't want to talk with him about it because he's just started college and he's enjoying his life, and I'm just not going to get in the way of that. I'm just not going to do that to him because, you know, I knew what was coming. I actually knew what was happening when I was like 7 or 8, when I was little, and I knew about the threat of nuclear war. I knew how bad things, you know, in the world were, how stupid humans were, and it actually made me quite a depressed person. And it took me like maybe 20 years and a whole bunch of addictions to get over my depression. And I'm not really depressed anymore, which is great. But, you know, I barely made it out of my childhood because of my depression over the state of the world. And I just really don't want to give that. I don't want to give that to anybody. Osama, yep, I knew at 8 too. Yeah. I mean, like, if you have a brain and you can put things together, oh shit, yeah. Natural progressive, I'm with you, I knew from 3rd grade. Trying to go back. I saw something, but maybe not. You have a good point, said, I'm not depressed either, and I should be. Stephen K., I just found out 2 years ago, doomerism ruined my life. I can't say that it's really doing good things for my life either. But it's just like, it's the truth. Like, it's just the truth. I wouldn't even call it doomerism. It's just the truth. I live in reality. And reality is just not a really good place, And I really, with their illusions, like, I'm totally down for people having some illusions, because I just feel really bad about screwing them up. But if they get there on their own, welcome. Mr. Swap Meet 1, anyone ever feel like an alien? Oh man, going back here. Sorry, I missed everyone. Anyone ever feel like an alien as a kid, like we were sent here to stop this? Maybe I did feel a little bit of that. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of what's it called? There's actually a disorder or something. It's like a psychological problem when you feel like you're sent to save people. What is it? My brain is blank. Basil Peterson, be right back. Got to stoke the wood stove. Stoke it. You got to stoke it. Sorry. Rolf Jander, when I was little, it was the ozone layer that scared the crap out of me. Yep, that was happening when I was little. Trish Kaiser, on the bright side, we won't wither away in nursing homes like my mom is now with dementia. Yeah. Yep. A lot of people living out some really horrible things in their old age. Yuri says, people who know I'm a doomer don't believe I can be happy, but I am. Exactly. Like, I'm pretty happy. Like, I live in the moment. I really like to experience some joy. I have a good time as much as I can. I have a good time with my kids. I like to play music and feel alive. I like to run around with my dog and, take care of myself and feel like I have something to live for. And, that's kind of how I do it. But Messiah Complex, thank you, Mr. Swap Meet. Thank you. Yeah, couldn't think of that one. Thank you guys. The dude, appreciate you. Earth, strong and fun comments, everyone. Thanks. Osama hubris. That too. What are human beings without the hubris? Humble. Adam Thomas, I've been fighting the feudal, what I call the war on waste, my entire life, half as long as the war on drugs and twice as long as the war on terror. Bumble Squid Smurf God says, we're happy because we'll all get to say, I told you so soon. Yeah, Deb Van Poolen. Yeah, I live in the moment. I kind of, I have some, close range goals that I kind of keep in my viewfinder so that I can have something to move towards in my life. Beyond that, what the hell is life about other than, having as good a time as you can without hurting people or without stomping all over the planet. That is, I try not to actually be one of those people. I mean, if I was really evil, then I would just go out and try and scoop up all the money I can and just, just wreak havoc. But that's not who I am. Osama says CBD helps my back and joints. No pun intended. Harley Canine, get the nuke power jet plant generators to run on solar and wind power. Not enough tide to shut them down. Mr. Swapmeat says, sweet and sincere without hubris, if you think about it. Hierophant, eco graffiti sounds cool. It does. Did we see Fiesta? Hello, Fiesta. How are you? Fiesta, you're here at the end almost. I'm about to end. I got to make the kids some food. But good to see you, Fiesta. We got about 5 more minutes, guys. This was a pretty good talk so far. I liked where this all went. Joey Crikey says, fuck. That's good. That's a good one too. I love the word fuck, even though I shouldn't be saying it on YouTube. I say it a lot in my daily life. Fiesta Cranberry, I fell asleep. It's all good. I understand. It's all good. I'm going to do this again. And, next time we'll all be here together. CB says, Kevin, these are better and better. You think so? That's good. I'm glad. Marsha W., when do we suppose the first major die-off of humans will be? There was something on Arctic News couple blog posts ago. They're talking about the end of 2020, or was it mid 2021? And I'm going to put my foot on end of 2020, early 2021. Natural Progressive, so happy I caught you live. I've been watching a couple weeks. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Natural Progressive. Yeah, I've been to your site. Pretty sure I have. Basil, this channel is like the Watership Down. Gazar, I blame the Bay City Rollers. Trish Kaiser, Bangladesh, there's no hope for them. Gene wants an explanation, Basil, about Watership Down. Fiesta Cranberry, stealth plant potatoes. Yeah. Bumble Squid Smurf God. We got 81 people watching now. I think this is a record. Hey, dang, I need to go for like an hour so I can really get a lot of people in. 82, 83. Oh, guys, you're making it hard to leave because now we got a bunch of people. Hierophant says first massive die-offs happening soon after BOE. When is the BOE? Is it this year or is it next year? Because I'm thinking it's 2020. Thinking it's not quite this year. I'm thinking it's 2020, 2021, but man, we're looking the insect population. Deb Van Poolen, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Irk1, 8 billion. I say yes. Trish Kaiser, the saddest part is those people had zero carbon footprint and they will die first. You were talking about India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, yeah. Yep, that's true. The people that did the least damage are going to hit the skids quickly. Yeah, it's the guy, it's all the people with all the hardware and the bunkers and the computers and the technology. Those people are going to hold out for much, much longer, but maybe not that much longer, because who knows, almost anything is bound to happen, from, nuclear war to, major famine to extreme heating event, if the methane suddenly pops out, who knows? Or if there's just, good old fashioned biosphere collapse, where the insects go and then, You know, phytoplankton goes, and then the fish go. Oh, the fish are going. You know, everything is down. You know, 70%, 80%. That's just the trajectory we are on. Linda Lannon, no glaciers equals no water supply in many countries. Natural progressive woke. Bill Frank says insects are all but gone in Florida. Never thought I would be able to say that. Oh, natural progressive. We need to be in touch with woke people. Gazar, you only last as long as your water. Flat earthers think they are woke, and they do think that. So do the Ice Age people too. I mean, they think they're onto something. They know the real story. Jeffrey Colon, not many bugs left in Alabama. D Truth, this is a cheery channel. Yes. Huzzah. We're having a grand time here. Irk1, how about a collaborative, regenerative lifestyle transformation campaign entitled Hindsight 2020? I love it. Oh, yeah, you know, we got to make MAGA hats called Make America Green Again. So somebody bought that up on the channel the other day, and then I was walking my dog down the street, and somebody has a bumper sticker that says, Make America Green Again. Like, you guys, the antennas are out. People know what's up. So we need green hats or white hats, and call Mara, Make America Reflect Again. A little albedo joke. The albedo. Marsha W says, Faith, Mom always said if you want to find evil, go to church. That's exactly why I really never try to go to church, Marsha W. Like ever. I have a real thing about churches. Even though all the people are very fine and, you know, I'm sure they all have great intentions, I just really can't do churches. Anita M says also the phytoplankton is plummeting, so we're in major trouble. Yeah, phytoplankton and insects, you know, some of the building blocks of our ecosystems. And D-Truth said, I thought this was about bears. Make America green again. Awesome. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you know, why not? Let's turn it around. Let's turn that shit around. Everybody just start showing up everywhere with green hats. Make America green again. Ha ha ha. I'm so into it. There's actually CB Unglesby said tidal pools are empty. The dude, will the hats be made by fairly paid workers in carbon neutral factory with sustainable bio? You know, yeah, no, probably not. But we could hope. We could try. I actually have a page open on in my browser of a company that embroiders hats. So maybe I'll ask them if they have a carbon neutral factory with sustainable materials, and they'll tell me. We're trying. That's lovely. We really want to get there. Irk1, recycled plastic. River Hermit says, I believe in the trim tab theory. What is the trim tab theory? Explain. Jeffrey Colon, make America hot again. Well, I hope you're finding them, Fiesta. I hope you find those laughs. Will dinner make itself, says Human. No, it will not. So with that, I have to say goodbye. Thanks, man. Thanks for keeping me honest. I was just hanging out. I got lost All right, guys, I'm going to have to sign off because, yeah, I've got dinner to make and kids to get into bed, and I've got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate your attendance at this live stream. And I guess I'll just try and do another one. We'll do another one in about a week, okay? So, you know, next Sunday, probably. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, guys, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Love y'all. And I will see you the next time. Peace.